Hey, it's Kyle, and in this video I want to be going over with you all the marketing channels that I have tried, some lessons that I've learned from doing it, and kind of the experience that I've had with each. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you what I think is the best marketing channel, especially if you're just starting out. Alright, so before we get started, please don't forget to hit that like button. It only takes a second. It helps me out here on YouTube, helps these videos go to more people so I can grow the channel. And also, don't forget to check out the course. The link is in the description if you want to check that out. Has everything that I do to find deals from start to finish when it comes to, I'm not going to tell you that yet, that's at the end of this video. But let's get into some of these. So, direct mail. I've done direct mail. I took Tom Kroll's Wholesaling Inc. I bought his mentorship, right? I've spent a lot of money on mentorships. That one was like 4,000 bucks. It was all about direct mail. Here's the postcard you send. Here's the schedule for sending out the list. I tried that for a period of time. Actually, the reason I bought that was I had been doing direct mail and I got 2 deals from it, totaling somewhere. One of them was like about 17,000 and the other one was around 10,000, so about 25,000 in direct mail deals. And I was like, I want to scale this up. Problem was, I got those deals from handwriting the letters. So after about a couple months of handwriting, my wrist literally froze up. I couldn't, I'm writing the letters. I was like, I can't keep doing this. It was a month and a half, 2 months where I was sending those letters. So I was going to do postcards, and that's why I did Wholesaling Inc. And unfortunately, after sending letters for about 6 months, I got just about no leads and no deals, that's for sure. So honestly, I can't remember the exact amount. It was somewhere around between $6,000 and $10,000 with very few leads, no deals, and I just didn't, it wasn't working, so I just stopped doing it. I wasn't consistent with it. Now, had I been consistent, this is going to be a common theme with some of these marketing channels, maybe they would have been more successful. Maybe I would have done more stuff. But with direct mail, another reason I didn't like that channel so much is because 1, it's expensive, and 2, people call you, they seem to call you at the most inopportune times. Like you're doing something, you have to stop everything you're doing when these people call you from direct mail and take those calls, and it was just high stress. Not to mention, if you only send out a campaign of 5,000 postcards, you only get 5 to 10 calls, you want to be on point with every single one of those calls. It's added pressure. It's just a little bit, maybe I'll try it again in the future, but I got like nothing out of it. So that's direct mail. Next up is Facebook. So all right, let's kind of total this up. Tom Kroll, I spent 4,000 bucks on his stuff. Next up, Facebook. So I bought Chris Chico's course. Chris Chico is like the Facebook dude. And I bought his thing, 300 bucks, incredible value. I liked his course a lot. Jumped right in and did Facebook, spent about 1,000 bucks. I was doing $30 a day, then $20 a day, and then I was experimenting with all the different ways that you can do the marketing on Facebook. And if you know what I'm talking about, it can be really expensive to generate leads. Unfortunately, I didn't really generate leads, and the leads I did generate were basically garbage, unusable. Either they were people that wanted to sell, but they just wanted, it was a brand new house, or some people, it was just in the middle of nowhere and they wanted too much money, that sort of thing. So I just didn't get any like real quality leads from Facebook after 1,000 bucks. And I discontinued it, inconsistent with that one again. All right, then we have Bandit Signs. In Bandit Signs, I did 1 round of this. So I bought 200 Bandit Signs and it cost me $600. So anyone that tells you it's inexpensive, maybe that's inexpensive to some people, but 200 signs for 600 bucks, when 120 of that was just on shipping and handling, it was expensive, in my opinion. The next thing about it was you had to put them out at nighttime. So here was the plan. I tried putting them out by myself. It's impossible to do it by yourself. You need to have at least one person driving, one person jumping out, putting the signs up, right? Otherwise, you gotta go park the car, like way the hell that way, and then you gotta run to this corner with your freaking signs and zip ties or whatever it is you're gonna be doing. Put it up. People are looking at you weird that drive by, if there's anybody driving by, which who really cares? You're putting out these signs. So my girl and I were doing it, and first we started with her driving. I was hopping out of the car. That was a damn near breakup, right? That was a damn near divorce. She likes to follow the rules of the road to like a T. So I'm like, flip around real quick. She's like, you can't do it here. I'm like, right, just make the U-turn. Pop it in reverse, just go back. Well, okay, the slowest reversing. It was bad, right? I just tend to like, I could just drive better in those type of situations. And so she was hopping out. And like, I remember one time she actually twisted her knee up. It was raining outside. She hopped out of the car. We're putting them in these funky areas. It was like on a hill. She slipped and sliding. It was just like, it was a nightmare. And then I remember the first day I actually put them out in a city called Laverne, Tennessee. I got a call from the mayor. And the mayor was like, yeah, I'm calling looking for somebody. I'm looking to sell my house. And I was like, oh yeah, how you doing? And he's like, this is actually the mayor of Laverne. You can't be putting these signs out. And I was like, geez. And then I never really got no leads off those Bandit signs. And I could put out about 40 in 4 hours at night. Hated it. Again though, with this one, not consistent. So had I been putting them out a whole bunch very often, maybe I would have gotten something. And we'll say another thing with these Bandit signs is I would drive by, you know, like put them out on Friday night, like they say to, because Codes has the day off. By Monday, half of them are gone. You know, I don't even know if it's just people driving by that don't like Bandit signs or if it's code enforcement or whatever, but they don't last where I'm at. Now we're on to RBMs. And through this whole time, I was cold calling, but it was inconsistent. So I had phone numbers. So I was like, I'm gonna try to do ringless voicemails. And I didn't hate it. You know, you send out the ringless voicemail, you gotta listen to the inbound voicemails, and mostly people are just cussing you out, right? But you will get some leads doing that. And especially if you already have the phone numbers. But again, this is one where I generated a few leads, but I didn't get any deals, and I'm inconsistent with it still to this day. It's not something that I'm like really doing. Then we have texting. So these are getting better and better. So now we have texting. And texting, I've already done a deal with texting last year, and it ended up being a flip. I JV'd somebody on a flip with it and made almost $30,000 on that one. But even texting requires, it's easy because you send out the text or your system sends it out, right? And I use Roar. If you're interested in Roar, Ryan will hook you up. There's a link down below. Fill it out. He'll get in touch with you, answer any questions you have. It's actually pay as you go, which I love. It's not like you have to spend $500 a month for the subscription. So if you don't have that many people to text, you can just do it and pay as you go and just spend what you have to each month. Way better in my opinion. So texting, I was doing it and I got a deal from it, but you have to be there. You have to be responding to these text messages, right? And so I've since hired somebody that responds. That is their role in the company, is to just respond and generate leads. They go into my Podio system and they get called. So that's the process with text, and we're generating a lot of leads that way. So we'll see where that goes. It's kind of fairly new. We're in like the 3rd or 4th week of me bringing somebody on to exclusively generate those leads. And I mean, I'll give you more of an update when I have more of an update on that. Texting so far, I'm loving it. And now to my bread and butter, and if you are just starting out, to what I think is probably the best marketing channel that you can do, and that is cold calling. And the reason I say this is because when you're first starting out in real estate, let's be real, you're gonna suck. Chances are you're gonna suck on the phone. You're not gonna know what to say to people. You don't know what kind of intro you're gonna be. You're still figuring all that stuff out. You want to present an offer, but you might sound awkward doing it. You may not have everything figured out. The condition questions, maybe you're not good at listening yet and fully understanding the process. And cold calling will get you on the phone with people, and you'll be able to go through that. You'll get that experience, and you'll be able to talk to people. If you can't talk to people in real estate, you can't do deals. That's the bottom line. It's also pretty inexpensive. You know, you got to pay for an auto dialer. You need some way to follow up. You got to buy your phone numbers, that type of thing. You got to get the skip tracing. But once you do that, now you have their phone number forever. You can call them, you can text them if you wanted to text them, but how inexpensive is it to contact and try to reach somebody over and over again within reason, right? Direct mail, you send someone a 40-cent postcard, that's one attempt. They might throw it in the trash anyways, right? If you want to try to contact them again with direct mail, you got to spend another 40 cents. How much does another phone call cost you? Not a lot. Not 40 cents, that's for sure. So with cold calling, consider it, as well as a marketing channel when you're just getting started, consider it an investment in yourself. You're taking the time to hop on the phone even though you don't know what you're doing probably. Maybe you do, and that is awesome. But if you're brand new, for me, no experience in sales, no experience on the phones, nothing like that, was still able to generate appointments and give people offers and at least get the ball rolling. And I mean, it's kept me, I'm not a millionaire or anything like that right now, but It's kept me out of having a job for 3.5 years. So that is gonna be it for this video. That's the big takeaway is whatever you do, just be consistent with it, at least for a period of time. 6 months, say. Direct mail, I did it for 6 months and just didn't get the results, so I quit. Maybe if I had done it another 6 months, right? But it cost too much money for me to do. I didn't have the budget. But be consistent. Bandit Signs, maybe they would have worked for me. Maybe if I had kept putting them out. But I tell you what, I would have rather done anything else besides Bandit Signs. So that's basically it. And I recommend doing cold calling if you're just getting started. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. You know the drill. Hit the buttons. Check out the course. Check out the links in the description if you're interested in any of the tools that I use. Comment. I respond to just about every single comment that anyone has made in the last 4 months. So if you got a question, drop a comment. Happy to help out, and I will see you on the next video.